Welcome to the MC Motorsports iRacing SimStock Series. Boy, oh boy, do we got some racing action here tonight. It is going to be 30 laps of street stock action from Michigan International Speedway, running our first ever SimStock race. Running it back right here. Zayden Cortinas won that race. I'm not sure if he will be participating tonight. We are starting a little early tonight to accommodate with the United America Super Speedway Tournament tonight, as pretty much everyone here would like to race that as well. So doing only one race tonight, Street Stocks Michigan, going back with the Street Stock cars. And right now we are watching the number 51, and this is Richard Giacomotti right here. That's how we're going to say it tonight. Jackson Cottingham is on the top of the boards though for practice, and you see him right here in the number 7 car. This is Jackson Cottingham making his debut in the SimStock series. There's still time to join for those watching. No password, just own Michigan in the street stock and you will be able to race. Any of the street stock variants are allowed of the 3 free runs. Here's Blake Crane, another driver making his debut. Most of the field making debut races tonight. Here is Dan Atkins in the number 40, also making his debut tonight. A lot of new faces here for this one. Here's Patrick Connell, who alongside George Karafides. Oh, look who's back. Zechariah Cartledge, who ran the first ever SimStock race. That was his only race in SimStock. He's back. As well as Dennis Wilder Jr. I believe he ran Texas, our most recent race. So great to see him back for another crack at SimStock. 51 of Giacomotti going through the pits. Otherwise, here's Angela Middleton. Angela Middleton on the racetrack. Another driver making their debut. And I'm not sure if this is an actual girl or if this is just a kid on his mom's account under his mom's name. So we will just refer to her as a she. For until we get more information. Nathan McLaughlin, my pick to win this race tonight. A super great iRacing driver with over 17 Asphalt Media Series wins, already practicing his burnout. Joseph Tucker, another strong candidate to win this race, as well as Paxton Brandon, another driver who is racing here tonight, making his debut as well. Paxton Brandon, Nathan McLaughlin, Joseph Tucker raced Texas in the mini stocks. Here's George Karafides out of Old Bridge, New Jersey. Another driver, just like Patrick Connell, who has raced every single SimStock race so far and looking to continue that trend. Angela Middleton going to get clipped from Paxton Brandon. A lot of guys just practicing, just having some fun here before the racing action begins. But it looks like we have, and here's Keith Ingram. Keith Ingram, looks like we're expecting a field of 15 to 20 cars tonight here. There's still 20 minutes to register for the race. Everyone just kind of fooling around here in practice for now. Angela Middleton back on the racetrack. See Dan Atkins, George Karafides, Joseph Tucker going at it, trying to find if anyone's just trying to actually get some practice in. There's really not a lot of practice to do. A lot of pretty easy to drive, but we got 30 laps under the late afternoon conditions. So we got some cool new, looks like we might be able to control our stream just from controls. You might never have to see the control panel again, which is a super exciting opportunity. 2 people watching, we appreciate everyone who is tuning in. Watching live. This race is not sponsored, but we appreciate Eric W., who is a big supporter of last race stream, able to give us some funding for future events. So we appreciate that. As Angela Middleton on the racetrack Keith Ingram in his classic 01 McDonald's Camaro street stock, who caused a lot of problems last time. He ended up getting penalized at the end of Charlotte and turned Patrick Connell late in the race. So hopefully he can clean up his act as we keep searching and see if there's any new names registering here. For now, it seems like the same drivers who have been in the session. Dennis Wilder Jr., Dad Atkins, both looking to make their debut, waiting to get things started. So we will have to see what the situations are. See if we got any other drivers popping in. Looks like we still have this session. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 drivers looking to be racing in this one right now. Only 11 have set a time, though. Get the stream overlays back on for you. See right there, when we turn those on and off, we don't have to look at the OBS control panel now. We're able to right away look and get instant, switch without any, behind the scenes coverage. Got some aggressive racing back here, aggressive practicing, should say. And this is going to be an interesting one. I mean, it was a pretty stacked field. A lot of good drivers in this one, so we'll see each. Oh, and how about this? You'll love to see it. Dave Horton back behind the wheel at number 73. It's awesome to have Dave Horton and Dennis Wilder Jr. back in the race. These guys raced Charlotte on Saturday night and Texas, so it's great to have these guys back. It looks like some potential underdog regulars here in the series, so great to see Dave Horton. And that should make the field 15 cars unless we just missed his name. You see Dave Horton on the racetrack in his classic number 73 Canadian Tire street stock machine in the Dodge Challenger street stock. And Richard Giacomotti. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. So we'll see if it could be Giacomotti. It could be Giacomotti. Giacomotti. But I think it's Giacomotti. Right here we got all sorts of different templates applied to these street stocks. I believe this is the, I don't know, there's the Casino, Eagle, and Panther. The Panther right here is what Keith Ingram's in. It's the free street stock. And then this might be the Casino. That is what Blake Crane will be making his debut. And look at the pushing here. Look at how sideways these guys are going to be getting. Our first race ever had 6 cars on the racetrack, so this is a significant increase from last time. Dan Atkins back on the racetrack looking missing a right front wheel. So just great to see brand new racers here. Pretty much everyone in this field making their debut. Good portion of the field making their debut. We got some teams now. We got 4 registered teams in the SimStock series. We got Connor Murphy Racing. None of those cars are in the race right now. They got their first one with Levi Lipe, Texas, and then we got Connell Legacy Racing. Patrick Connell, the only racer on that team tonight. We got Light and Fast Esports. Looks like none of those drivers are going to be racing. And then we got Backmarker Motorsports, which looks like George Karafides will be the only racer from that team tonight. So for our when it comes to our registered teams, not a lot of drivers going to be racing. You can register a team in our Discord server, which is linked in the video in this live stream description. It is a Monday night, so it's kind of an odd time to go live. It's not even night really; it's a Monday evening. So I'm not really sure how much people are going to be watching tonight, but we are happy to get 15 cars. It looks like loaded up and in the session. We have 2 watching. It is Keith Ingram, who has chatted the first thing. We'll be able to do interviews. We are pretty much only going to be able to do interviews for the race winner tonight, unfortunately. Hoping to get to the point where we can start dragging people in during caution flags, potentially interviewing them. But there's still 15 minutes to register for the session. Now let's see if we got anyone else loading in here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, we got tons of people starting to load in all of a sudden. Wow, even Aiden Potter is starting to join in the session. This is going to be interesting. This guy, I believe, has done Enter Night races before and has caused problems. So we will see what the heck he does here. We will let him in, but obviously we got to watch on him. I believe his old Irish name was Kelly Potter. But we got a full field of cars almost here, 20 now in the session. And Michael Mays, if we're seeing this right, is in the session. He's another one who made a debut. And here's another, I believe this is Aiden Potter right here. Aiden Potter, a real-life driver who races these things in real life as well as even maybe potentially super late models and other new drivers loaded in. That's David Snook, who I believe never made a start, but I believe was in the session at one point. Let's open up our all-time stat sheet for this series here and see if David Snook has done any races. He has not, but he for sure was registered once at one point. I believe he registered for Charlotte, but just decided not to start. You see Aiden Potter here in the 20. We will see what he does. Anyway, looking for other cars to focus on. Got Nathan McLaughlin. We saw Michael Mays and a couple other new names registering. Michael Mays, not a new name. He also did Charlotte. So there could be a whole different team here of drivers not even in the Discord server that just register for these things. Because it's really cool to see Dave Horton and all these guys back for another opportunity. David Snook making his debut, hopefully this time. Brings it to the side. Once again, we got Dan Atkins as well. As you can see, as we get our overlays back. And here's Michael Mays, a new look for Michael Mays tonight. Instead of driving the number 72, he will be in the number 69 for this race. A very interesting scheme. As we could see, this is simply not going to be tolerated here at SimStock. We simply will not. We unfortunately will not be able to allow this scheme inside of the SimStock series. Well, you hate to see it for Michael Mays. Running, we do not tolerate inappropriate schemes here in the SimStock series. He has been removed from the session, so we will have to keep an eye on that. Anyway, let's take a look here and see if we could find other important things to look at here. We're hearing reports that Daniel Mosteller, Demos, will be making his debut as well, and I've switched my pick for this win to Demos. Trying to get some racing in right before. He might bring a collection of guys in with him from the internet community. Daniel Mosteller for sure going to be tough to beat. Here he is. It's Demos to the number 87. Making his first ever SimStock start. And it's going to be for sure tough to beat in this number 87 car. Daniel Mosteller racing MC Motorsports SimStock lobbies, former MC Motorsports driver from both Asphalt Media and NRI in America. Still can even run part-time these days. And here's Craig Arvanites. Oh boy, that's another last name that's going to be challenging. Craig Arvanites. I'm going to go with Arvanites. Arvanites? Ooh, it's going to be tough. Well, the field continues to pop up. This is usually how it goes. Right when these sessions close, a lot of people just pile in. We could have a full field of cars all of a sudden in this race. Here's Demos on the racetrack running unsponsored here. See Cartledge working with some cars there. But it's going to be real interesting to see what happens. Even got the number 88 on the racetrack there. It's not really there. It's just there because we are spectating this session. Qualifying up in 5 minutes. People can still register during qualifying, so it is not a done deal at that point. Let's see how much we got left now. Oh, and Cole Trudeau, we're also hearing, has registered. And we got a near full field of cars here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21 cars out of the 30 are registered in. We're hearing reports that Brett Henderson will be making his debut. Frank Chavez will be making his debut, as well as Tim Setzer, who that name also seems super familiar. I think he might have been another one who registered but did not race Charlotte. And Cole Trudeau is registered as well. So just like that, we have all sorts of drivers racing here. It's going to be interesting to be how can these drivers beat you. Here's Tim Setzer in the 24. Tim Setzer in the 24 on the racetrack. Here's Cole Trudeau. He's back. Happy birthday. It's Cole Trudeau's birthday today. Well, I believe he's turning 19. So Cole Trudeau looking to get a special birthday present today. Potentially a SimStock victory. Paxton Brandon crashing on the entering turn 3. Here's Kira Fides and Demos working together. And here is Frank Chavez making his debut. We're going to try to utilize voice chat tonight to talk to these drivers right before the race. So we can just give some of these guys who don't know the rules just a simple rundown of what to expect, so we can try to not have what happened last time at Texas happen again. But we have looked into what happened at Texas there on that overtime start, and we realized what I did wrong as a host and what we can do to be better, and we're hoping to implement those new strategies tonight. We'll see if Michael Mays went to the YouTube chat or not to express frustration potentially with being banned. Got broken saying advanced session. Not sure who that is. Session will simply not be advanced. We will continue the racing action, the practice action, and qualifying action here for the next 8 minutes total. Duration of time. Here is David Stuck once again, just trying to find some people. Who knows? Maybe some of these guys got friends they're inviting. I mean, we got some. I mean, Dennis Wilder didn't cause any problems. Dave Horton didn't cause any problems last time. So we got a, we got a solid base of drivers here. But Demos, the thing that makes Demos so great is he is so good at saving these race cars. I mean, he cranks his wheel at the right moments, at the right times. And Demos, one of the favorites tonight for Enter Night in America competition. Looking to get some practice in tonight, saving these street stocks, which are really easy and fun to save. So it'll be interesting to see what Daniel Mosteller can do in his debut with SimStock. Let's see here. Joseph Tucker parked on the pits. Oh, big contact made. Continuing to make our way through. Brett Henderson. This might be him. Yep, here's Brett Henderson. Boy, these names, I mean, I feel like these names are super familiar. We're actually going to take a look back at our stat sheet here quick and see. Boy, I mean, I swear these names like all registered for the Charlotte race, but they all decided not to do it at the last second. I swear we've seen these names before. So anyone else last second registering? Mark Patrick Roy here, he has joined as well, and he is the only one new to join in. Aiden Potter, we've watched him race street stocks before. Right here in the number 20 car. This guy is going to be very interesting to watch. He's got an all-black number. That's why you can't see it right there on our information. Just actually show that quick. That's why you can't see it on his information. He's got a black number for that SDK for our overlays. So number 20 right there, important to keep in mind. 48 seconds left to practice, and people could still register and qualify. Here is Mark Patrick Roy, who will drive the number 54 tonight. This is a 30-lap race, so it's going to be a lot of action for sure. Good group of favorites right here. George Karafides right now is the best average finish of any driver with 3 starts in SimStock. He's finished 2nd, 4th, and 3rd, I believe, in the series. No finish outside of the top 5 just yet for George. Can he keep it up? George Karafides from 6 laps down to winning the race at, or not winning, but finishing 4th at Charlotte. Session coming to a close. The checkers are going to be in the air for practice, and we will start to see some of these guys get some qualifying laps in. Going to be always some people registering in at the last second. But the question is, do we have enough drivers these days? To the point where we can just put a password on these things. You know, that's the question. We would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We would have 10 drivers if we didn't have a password on. That's what I would predict here. So, in breaking news, James Poleski as well as Matthew Powers have all joined here. So it's time for qualifying. Let's see. Let's see who we can spectate here for qualifying. We got Blake Crane here in the number 12. Once again making his debut like most of the field tonight. And it's Joseph Tucker in his second start in the number 13. Who will be... We've never had multiple pole winners before, and I don't even think we have an opportunity for that tonight. Our pole sitters, Zayden Cortinas, Connor Murphy, as well as... Yeah, I don't remember who won the Charlotte pole. I do not recall who won the Charlotte pole, unfortunately, but pretty sure he's not here. You see a lot of guys following this strategy. They get 2 laps. You got multiple ways you can approach qualifying. You can wrap the outside for your first lap and then get that extra speed off the coming out of turn 4, coming to your second lap, and then you just wrap the inside. And some drivers are choosing to wrap the inside right away. See Angela Middleton here. She is up the racetrack right now. Got to be right on that yellow to maximize that time. Every little bit you slip up there is thousandths of a second that is being lost. Matthew Powers in the number 27, one of the recent registries into the race. Looks like Brett Henderson here getting up on the racetrack. Hopefully our admins are not clearing black flags for this. Craig Arvanites in the 21. Here's Patrick Connell, and Nathan McLaughlin is fastest on the board for lap 1. He now begins lap 2, and look at this rapid to the inside. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, right on it. That is some impressive wrapping of the line. Nathan McLaughlin, professional super speedway style racing qualifying driver. Usually is qualifying pole in Asphalt Media super speedway races by a lot. So he's got something down, a secret that no one really knows about. Craig in the 21 up to second as you see that update on the board. The 57 of Nathan McLaughlin. Coming to the checkered flag, he's at a 49.61. What will it be for this next lap? No increase, it looks like. It stays the same on the board. Cartledge up to second. David Snook up to second. We're getting ties on the board here by the hundredths of a second. David Snook is going to be second place on the charts. Keith Ingram hard on the wall, and we're hearing reports that Demos might potentially be starting in the back for this one. He's going to try to do the last to first challenge in the SimStock series. I think he's definitely capable of it. Got Brett Henderson in the 44. He's currently slotted in 16th, potentially done with his laps. Mark Patrick Roy is going to be 8th. George Carafiti slots up to 6th. Here's George right here in the number 4. Got Paxton Brandon. He is going to slot in, looks like 15th. And Patrick Connell, he's 18th. Disappointing qualifying effort for him. He's going to have to, unless he's on his second lap right now, which very well could be the case. Yeah, I think he's definitely on his second lap right now. So let's watch Patrick Connell here and see what he can do here. Gets a little up the racetrack in turns 3 and 4, but not by a whole lot. And at the line, Patrick Connell is going to slot in 3rd place at the last moment. And it looks like we have 21 cars in the field. It looks like Dennis Wilder Jr. is looking to get some laps in here. Let's watch him. Does he have a time yet? He does not. Dennis Wilder Jr. does not have a time yet. And it looks like qualifying's about to expire any second now. So can Dennis Wilder get a lap in at least here? See, Tom Setzer in the 24 are going to slot 16th. Cole Trudeau 10th on his birthday. Dennis Wilder Jr. Where does he end up? 11th for Dennis Wilder Jr., the number 1 car. Not going to have time to get a second lap in, it looks like. So Dennis Wilder Jr. Here's James Pileski from Sussex, Wisconsin. So not too close from where I am. Great to see him in. And that's our 22-car field. It is time to get things underway. And as you can see, here is our starting lineup, our top 10. We have Nathan McLaughlin, David Snook starting 2nd, Patrick Connell starting 3rd, Keith Ingram starting 4th, Aiden Potter starting 5th, Zechariah Cartledge starting 6th, James Pileski starting 7th, George Carafiti starting 8th, Craig Arvanity starting 9th, Cole Trudeau starting 10th, Dennis Wilder starting 11th, and Mark Patrick Roy starting 12th. I'm going to be honest with you. I have no clue how this even... Ooh, I wonder if our... I'm not even sure how this even got up here in the first place. Just got rid of all that introduction stuff. Bring you back to the screen here. You know, I'm a little nervous for this race. We got a lot of drivers making their first ever start. Well, let's see if we can get on the radio here and give some information to these fellas. Broadcast shortly here. We're just going to try to see if we can give any level of information to our racers here. Welcome to the MC Motorsports iRACING SimStock Series, fellas. We got a lot of new faces here. So this is going to be a 30-lap race here in this one. This is going to be a 30-lap race. There are infinite overtime attempts. Double file restarts, there's one fast repair that you can use, but just make sure that you're racing respectfully, you're respectful using the voice chat, and lap cars, you can get laps back. Make sure anyone can get laps back. We will clear black flags. Make sure all lead lap cars are staying on the inside of the racetrack under caution conditions. And lap cars, get your laps back against the wall on the outside. So make sure we are leading. And yeah, I really don't got much else to say. Make sure you join our Discord. We are live on MC Motorsports on YouTube, so you can watch back on this race. And you can find our Discord link in the YouTube stream description, as well as in our iRacing session description if you want to join and read the full set of rules. But just make sure you're racing respectfully. Make sure, you know, just being a good sport. And restarts, make sure we're not jumping restarts. Cars who are all the way in the back. And if you cause a wreck, depending on the severity, it's EOL, or potentially kicked. So good luck in this race. The stream specifically is called Michigan Street Stock iRacing Live, MC Motorsports SimStock Series. Black flags will be cleared, yes. We will be clearing the black flags. All right, guys, I'm going to go back to the booth. All right, there you can see it. It is our iRacing. And we are back and ready to go. Get caught up to the live cameras. And we got 30 laps of SimStock racing ready to go. We had to debrief the drivers. And now the pace car is getting ready to pull off. And we are ready to get the racing action underway. We got 8 people watching the stream. We appreciate everyone for tuning in to SimStock Racing. 30 laps here on deck for this one here tonight. Nathan McLaughlin on the pole is going to lead him to the green flag. Here we go. They're going to make their way to the restart zone. Our full field looks like about 22 cars. Green flag is in the air. Nathan McLaughlin brings him to the green flag. Take a look at our wide camera. See see what's happening in the field. Already a third lane is forming on the way outside of the racetrack. 30 laps. How clean are they going to be? How aggressive are they going to be early? Everyone should be good on fuel, and there should be no real need for tires. Already we got Aiden Potter making some bold moves on the inside. It's going to get into Patrick Connell, and around goes Patrick Connell in the middle of the field. It's going to bring out an early caution flag. Patrick Connell spins. Cole Trudeau collected. Numerous cars around early. The 27 of Matthew Powers collected. Cole Trudeau involved as well. Tim Setzer appears to have made it through. Brett Henderson, you hate to see it, also collected. Frank Chavez also potentially involved. Richard Giacomotti as well. Here's Angela Middleton with some heavy damage. Christopher Dellinger, another late entry, able to make through. Daniel Mosteller able to make it through as well. Paxton Brandon, all sorts of cars collected in this one. So let's see if we can take a look at what happened. Let's see if we can find a replay here. We got these brand new replay graphics. So let's take a look. We see it's going to be with Aiden Potter. We were talking about him earlier. It looks like Patrick Connell here. See Aiden Potter is going to go to the inside. Patrick Connell going to slip up just a little bit, but still pretty early to be making moves like this. You see the inside there clear up and open, and then Patrick Connell just kind of comes down right on him there, and then overcorrects it into Keith Ingram. You see it right there. Definitely looked like there was some room to keep it 3 wide, but Connell just ends up coming down. Obviously not really directly his fault. Pretty early to be making moves like that early, but kind of hard to realize a true specific cause. But as you see, they all pile it up here on the back straightaway. You see Angelo Middleton just gets clipped by Patrick Connell. You see Cole Trudeau too early, unfortunately, on his birthday to be spinning around. Oh, Richard Giacomotti looks like collected. Brett Henderson nowhere to go. And the number 44, you see Dellinger in the 29, Blake Crane in the 12, Jackson Cottingham in the 7, Cartledge in the 15 with damage. Paxton Brandon, Daniel Mostel are all making their way through. How about the number 26 right here? This is Frank Chavez. He was able to ride in the back as well as Tim Setzer to make it through, and Cole Trudeau is already going to have to use a fast repair. Yeah, I hate to see it this early in the race. It looks like we did have 30 cars in the session at one point. A lot of cars already out of the race. David Snook is now leading. He looks like he took the lead away from Nathan McLaughlin. You see Dellinger is out of the race. Arvana is left before. Logan Wilson and Adkins, and Jackson Connell was also in the session at one point. No relation to Patrick Connell, but those guys have also left the session. So disappointing there to see those guys leave before things could even get started. But already a tough start. A tough start indeed. For the session, we'll display our top 20 on the board here. All right, bring us back to the overlays here on stream. But already, Aiden Potter making some moves. Patrick Connell ends up getting collected in it. But it just seemed like Patrick Connell was not having any of that move right away. So it's David Snook. We're going to make it 1 to green right now if it's not going to be the case here. Let's see if anyone's still in the pits. You see Brett Henderson. He has got a fast repair. Cole Trudeau here. Let's take a look and see. Looks like, I don't know what happened to Cole Trudeau, but he is stuck in the pit lane. Looks like not. It looks like he didn't take a fast repair, so he could be, maybe he forgot. I mean, some situation like that. Patrick Connell already down a fast repair in the number 10, as well as Matthew Powers. Too early, unfortunately, for these guys to be already using fast repair. See Daniel Mosteller all the way out back in the 15th position, somewhere around there. But it's David Snook in the 41 who has the lead right now. Brett Henderson We'll see if he's able to catch up in time, but it is 1 to green. Lights are off the pace car. Watching right here, David Snook leading this one. In looks like the 41 car. Hard to tell with the one font sometimes. Keith Ingram was had some left side damage after that. Patrick Connell got sent right into him. Had another great save. Keith Ingram, another driver who so far has been really good at saving these cars. James Pileski in the 93 also up a couple spots on the start, avoiding that early chaos. David Snook in the 41. Gonna bring them to the restart zone. Now these guys, what they don't know is they can launch at any point after that pace car leaves. It is a rule. We didn't mention it in the debriefing because we just want to see if these guys realize right there goes before the restart zone. But we treat this as if there is no restart zone. But the bottom line is we are back racing. David Snook and Nathan McLaughlin side by side entering turn number 1. You see the whole field a lot spread out this time. We don't have a third lane foreman right away. Looks like we got, that might be we got one car away in the back there catching up right away. See Pileski in the 93. Cole Trudeau still on the pit, so I think he might have forgot to turn on his fast repair, and unfortunately he might be out of the race. Keith Ingram looking to make it 3 wide. Once again, we got 3 wide racing early. Pileski to the outside, barely able to clear Aiden Potter in the 20 car. And Banks shoving to Nathan McLaughlin. Oh, and they're going to be wrecking once again. Pileski in the wall. Can the rest of the field save it? Everyone through the field. Looks like we're going to be able to keep this one green. Back up front they go. We stay green. And it is Zechariah Cartledge who has taken the lead after all that chaos. What a save by Nathan McLaughlin. Guys just being way too aggressive, way too early in this one, but everyone was able to hang on, so we keep this race green. Joseph Tucker is now in the lead. See Keith Ingram and Aiden Potter. Close quarters racing. Keith Ingram now looking to the inside of Cartledge, making it 3 wide on the way inside. Cartledge not having anything of it. Cartledge does not have to let him back up, but it is highly suggested, as now it looks like we could be 4 wide for the lead. 4 wide as they enter turn 3. Cartledge has to let Ingram back up. Look at Snook and Wilder Jr. on the outside. The best lane way on the outside. But that's a lot of contact right there, and they aren't really making anything happen up there. Look at this, 4 wide on the front straightaway. Keith Ingram in the 0-1 car. 4 wide across the start finish. I believe it's going to be Aiden Potter who leads that lap. We got a car in the pit, so it's making it a little hard on the production side of things. Oh, trouble. Crane in the 12, that's Blake Crane, contact with Cottingham in the 7 car. They're still 4 wide up front. Aiden Potter has Snook and Wilder Jr. still pushing. We got Cartledge blinking out in the 2nd lane. Great racing here. Cartledge continuing to blink out. We'll have to monitor that. But they are all just committed to Aiden Potter here on the outside. Take a look. They're going to have to form some kind of lanes. Look at who is charging through the field. It's Daniel Mosteller in the number 87. Over 100 NR Night in America wins and over 50 Asphalt Media wins. Keith Ingram able to get to the inside of Cartledge. At Cartledge, whoa, trouble. Blake Crane is around in the back. Back down. Everyone able to make it through. It's another single car spin. Looking more back in the pack. Patrick Connell off the pace, looking just to keep his car under control. Pack up front. We got 4 wide racing for the lead still. No one has left that 4th lane yet. Here comes Daniel Mosteller in the 87. Looking to make it 5 wide for the lead. Way on the inside. An incredible run by Demos. And he goes all the way down. 5 wide for the lead for a moment. Keith Ingram lets him back up. Unbelievable racing. I don't know how they've been able to keep it this long. Joseph Tucker barely able to clear Demos on the inside now. Looks like that 4th lane is dying out. They have a lot of help, but that inside now is more help. You see Paxton Brandon trying to make some aggressive blocks. Aiden Potter sideways out of turn 4. You see the tire smoke. To the start-finish line, Joseph Tucker going to lead this lap. Demo says he make a move to the inside here. He's got a chance to take the lead. Looks like Patrick Connell is a whole lap down, so he's going to need a caution to get back up. But this is a longer race than usual. You see Aiden Potter and Paxton Brandon. Oh, Jackson Cottingham loses it in the number 7 car. And they are door-banding each other down the back straightaway. Jackson Cottingham, big-time problems. Oh, and David Snook into Aiden Potter. They are just going at it here. We might see some real beef here. Aiden Potter just paintballing off cars. Oh, and there they go in the wall. Aiden Potter and Paxton Brandon. It's another 2-car crash for now. We keep it green. You see Paxton Brandon back into the number 20 car. Those fellas are able to keep it straight, and we keep this race green. We haven't had any we haven't had any warrants for a caution flag recently. Not big enough crashes, but it looks like some beef there between Paxton and Brandon. It wasn't even anyone's fault. It was Jackson Cunningham who initiated it, so just some miscommunication on all levels. Cunningham able to stay clear. Look at this. We've got a second pack. It's Angelo Middleton, Dave Horton, and Tom Setzer. Some underdogs in the back. Oh, we got Cartledge on the inside. Here's Patrick Connell in the back. Oops, not sure why our cameras went to him. Anyway, Joseph Tucker up front. Yeah, Demos just staying content with Joseph Tucker. And here's Cartledge on the inside of Keith Ingram. Keith Ingram, does he let him back up? Cartledge going to get sideways. Demos on the outside all by himself, trying to make it work as Ingram looks through the middle. Can Demos block it? Oh, trouble! Guacamole around in the 51. Back down the racetrack he goes. He's going to make contact with the inside. Well, hard contact. But it's another single car spin. We keep this race green. I mean, they were just cars wrecking out one by one, single file. But everyone's been able to hang on. Aiden Potter makes his way to the pits after being collected with Paxton Brandon. Keith Ingram all over the place in the 0-1 car. A great pack race right here. Paxton Brandon also in pit road. And this is just a solid pack of cars right here. Could this go green all the way to the end? As we get more single car wrecks, so that means there's more likely a chance of a single car wreck being a caution eventually, as we have too many incidents. And look at David Snook, a big move to the inside of Nathan McLaughlin. And Dennis Wilder Jr. making some noise through the middle. This is going to get real tight right here. Snook, oh, we had even a lap car on the inside. Paxton Brandon and the number 94 was on the inside. You see Cottingham loose once again in the number 7. I can't believe Snook made that work. It was a super aggressive move, 4 wide, and he was able to hang on. Boy, I don't know. We got something wrong with our controls here. We keep going to cars in the pits. I wonder if there's a way to hide that. You see Demos and Dennis Wilder. Oh, Nathan McLaughlin! Sideways. He's able to gather it back up once again. And he's going to slip all the way to the back. Nathan McLaughlin been sideways multiple times in this race. Paxton Brandon 2 laps down. A lot of these guys are going to need a caution to get back, but Demos is going to lead this lap. David Snook on the inside in the 41 car. Oh, 3 wide. Dennis Wilder Jr., Joseph Tucker, and David Snook with some contact. And there's still a pack of cars right here. We still have a whole pack of cars as they make their way down the backstretch. David Snook making a move to the inside of Demos. 3 wide. As Snook's got a fast car. He qualified second, and he is in the running. Here comes Cartledge. No help for Snook. He's just going to go to the inside. Oh, Snook was not having anything of it. He goes down to block Cartledge, who continues to blink out. And this pack is now looking a lot more aggressive here. Zechariah Cartledge to the inside. Oh, more contact being made. Cartledge sideways in the 15 car. Now being way too aggressive. I mean, might as well just push him, you know. Help him out just a little. Keith Ingram's going to have to avoid somehow here. Oh, they're going to be going 4 wide all the way back. Yeah, it's whenever Cartledge blinks, it just messes all our controls up here. Back up front with Demos. These packs are starting to separate themselves away. See Joseph Tucker in the number 13 car. We have Dennis Wilder Jr. in the 1. I mean, this pack has been slowly condensed with all these single car incidents to really nothing here. This could really, we have, looks like 11 cars really running in the mix here. And then these 2 in the back, George Karafides, Angelo Middleton, might just be waiting for something to happen up front. But it is still Demos with the lead. See Joseph Tucker going to make a move to the inside, and he's going to have help from Dennis Wilder Jr. Leading this lap, it's going to be Joseph Tucker, who leads this lap in the All-Scene Motorsports number 13. Dennis Wilder Jr. trying to get something going, trying to take the lead. They're able to get by Demos. Oh, Jackson Cottingham sideways off the front of Nathan McLaughlin's banged up front end. And this is a problem. This is a problem for the second pack. They are 2 damaged cars are leading. I mean, this is definitely holding them back, I feel like. That's why we have not seen them catch this this first packet of 4 cars. See Demos on the outside getting a big run down the hill, entering the corner. David Snook looking to the inside on the apron. Looks like these two are going to be side by side. Not going to help their case for catching up, but that we see in the back here, I mean, they are pulling away up front. Halfway in this race, 15 laps to go. Might just take one more incident for it to be a caution here. Looking at how the pack is formed up here. I mean, we got 4 fresh, clean cars and then damaged cars side by side in the back. No one working together to catch up back here. Plus the draft in the back. Not really working as they start to get further and further away. It begins to become more of a problem. Mark Patrick Roy in the 54. Oh, we got trouble in the back. That's George Karafides around, and that's going to be a caution. George Karafides, Angela Middleton, and Aiden Potter have spun. Aiden Potter, who was a lap car, this is going to bring out our second caution flag of the race, and Aiden Potter once again involved. And he is out of a fast repair now. This will likely be the end of Aiden Potter's race. George Karafides collecting in this one. Angela Middleton, who already took a fast repair, has got more damage on her right front. But it's going to bring out a caution flag, get things back settled here. Was going to be an interesting outcome if this didn't happen. We're going to have to take a look and see what exactly was the cause of this one. Looking at our replay here. It looks like it was Paxton Brandon and Aiden Potter. We just talked about the beef that they had. And right there, Angela Middleton gets sideways. Yeah, it wasn't even Aiden Potter any problem of his doing. It's just Angela Middleton just could not hang on the inside, was not given a lot of room. And Aiden Potter was just hoping for a caution. It looks like him and Paxton ended up making friends with each other again. And unfortunately, might be the end of his race. And George Karafides, who was just minding his business, is going to have to use a fast repair. And look at this, Henderson, Powers, and Chavez. And how about Giacomotti? All 4 of these guys with clean cars who were just riding in the back waiting for a caution, and they have gotten their caution flag. Here's David Snook, who could be the race leader. Maybe not. No, he looks like he's sitting 3rd. Back up to reality. And look at this. We got cars in the pits here, pitting for some tires, it looks like. It's Tom Setzer in the pits, Brett Henderson, but we also got Demos in the pits, pitting for tires. What an interesting strategy here this is. We got Demos pitting for some tires here. We got a lot of cars in the field not coming in for tires. So will the tires matter? We got cars getting laps back as well. Mark Patrick Roy looks like is the first off of the pits. And this is going to be interesting. We got new faces up front. How about Frank Chavez up front in the number 26 car? This is going to change everything, this caution flag. It was an incident way in the back, but there was too many incidents throughout that run that it was about time we just had a caution to get everyone back, repaired up. Demos maybe took some repairs as well. He had a little bit of contact, but will Demos in what could be an 11-lap shootout have enough time to get back to the front of the field? Nathan McLaughlin. Let's see, did he take it? Yeah, Nathan McLaughlin took a fast repair as well. Jackson Cottingham in the number 7 car did not take a fast repair in that machine, so that could be a detriment. It looks like Aiden Potter. Look at his damaged car. Yep. Looks like he could be out of the race. So it's a tough going here for Aiden Potter in the number 20 car. Back up front. See Joseph Tucker, they're double up. This is going to be 1 to green, and we will have an 11-lap shootout to determine this winner. Things are going to get real intense. We have, it looks like 17 on the lead lap right now. Looks like Mark Patrick Roy is out of the race in that 54 car. Not sure what happened to him, but he is out of the session. So that's unfortunate. He was the first out of pits. We just talked about him. Was going to be slotted, looks like 8th place with an opportunity to win. Patrick Connell is back on the lead lap as well now. Needed that caution desperately. Really, Brett Henderson, Paxton Brandon, a lot of these guys really needed that caution flag. And you see Giacomotti right here. He might not have VCI. He might not be aware that he's able to get laps back So that's just unfortunate right there for him. Paxton Brandon from 16th, can he get his way back up to the front? But it's Joseph Tucker, the number 13, who's going to be leading the field. Daniel Masteller. I believe here, if I'm not mistaken, we got our whole top 7 on old tires. Tires that have been used since the conceptions of the race. And it's Demos on back, who is the first car on fresh tires. Looks like we've got some trouble lining up at the back here. The 24 and the 44 unable to sort it out. So we'll just have to see how they're able to slot in. But coming to the restart zone here, the green flag is ready to be displayed once again with Joseph Tucker in the lead. Green is back in the air. Joseph Tucker already launching, which he is allowed to do. There's no restart zone, no green flag. Joseph Tucker and David Snook lined right up with each other. A single file pack. That's what, when the leader goes early like that, it really allows the pack to get formed up right away. A nice spread out pack. So we will just have to see what goes on here. The 26 of Chavez up into Nathan McLaughlin. On those old tires we just talked about, it could be a problem for the number 26. And back up front, Joseph Tucker trying to hold off the 41 of David Snook. David Snook in the 41 car, Keith Ingram in the 01, and Dennis Wilder Jr. in the number 1 car, having a great race. A great second start for him. Into the corner they go. We're trying to see if we can get some different camera angles here, see if capture what's going on in the back. Everyone able to make their way through. Back down the front straightaway camera. Coming to 10 laps to go, the final third of the race. Joseph Tucker, who's had one of the more dominating cars in this one, is leading. Almost contact there with Dennis Wilder Jr. You see Demos in the back trying to start up another lane. Joseph Tucker sideways, a big shove in the middle of the corner from David Snook. Keith Ingram looking to make it 3 wide on the inside. David Snook not going to appreciate that. He just launches Keith Ingram off onto the apron surface, and Cartledge not going to let him back up as well. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to make a pass below the yellow line. David Snook was not having any of it. It was a very clean executed bump out of the way right there from David Snook. Snook just pushing Joseph Tucker. We see cars in the back. Tom Setzer currently slotted in 9th place. He's even trying to make a run. Oh, David Snook nearly getting in the grass, nearly turning Joseph Tucker around. How about Dave Horton on the way outside? He had a big run, and he's able to make it 3 wide for the moment, but he had no help. Was not able to keep it going. See Demos making his way through. Joseph Tucker just trying to hang on to his race car. Aggressive push in, and David Snook going to make a move to the inside. Contact is made. Joseph Tucker, an aggressive block to prevent it. We just talked about Snook hitting Ingram. He tries to do the same move that Ingram just did, and Tucker wasn't having any of it. And I don't know if Snook's going to have any of that block. You see the contact is being made. Something is brewing here. Something not looking good. You see the outside Demos trying to push Dennis Wilder Jr. Oh, Tucker sideways once again. Snook being super aggressive trying to get to the inside. And he's going to get there this time. Tucker's going to get turned eventually, or if he just doesn't give this up. That's just going to crash. Oh, inside. Oh, around they go. Keith Ingram collected the 41 car around. He's going to go back up the racetrack sideways in front of Tom Setzer. Collect him, and that's going to be the caution flag. Patrick Connell, George Karafides having to make it through. And the number 41 of David Snook, contact made all the way throughout. And it looks like most cars were able to make it through, but it's going to bring out the caution flag. And Keith Ingram, I believe it's the other car to go around here. Let's take a look. Might be some tempers flaring here with the 41 car. It was getting super aggressive late in the race. As you can see, Keith Ingram not happy. Pretty sure these guys aren't down a fast pair yet, so we could see some interesting beef right here. Oh, we got SimStock beef here. Let's take a look at what happened. Yep, so if we show this here, you'll see David Snook here kept looking to the inside, and Joseph Tucker, at this point, he was there for sure. And looks like Snook comes up the racetrack here. Let's see. Yeah, he's in the grass. Oh, it might not have known Ingram was there. We see another crash here. Ingram, let's see where he ended up here. Looks like he's able to gather up the car, but right here, this is what ultimately led to the caution flag. He comes back up the racetrack. Poor Tom Setzer, man. He was having a great race. He's going to have some little bit of damage on the front and the right side and the left side. Right here, this has got to be concerning for Patrick Connell and George Karafides. I mean, see this car shoot down the racetrack. Really holding your horses is the number 10 of the 4 right here, hoping to not get hit. Everyone able to avoid. But it does bring out the caution flag. And we see some cars pitting here potentially for some repairs. Jackson Cottingham in the pits. David Snook in the pits as well. We might be giving him an EOL for that one. Keith Ingram in the pits with beef as well. It actually damaged Keith Ingram's car. Keith was fine, but now he has front damage from the beef. Cottingham has applied a fast repair to his car now for this last run. And we're going to make it, it looks like we have plenty of cars ready to go, so we're going to make it 1 to green. We're going to have a 5-lap shootout. We make it 1 to green so we can get more laps, more deciding factors. Some of those cars in the pits are going to have to leave quickly. We will not be waiting for them. We will be getting this thing back started right away. Let's take a look at the field. Dennis Wilder Jr. has one of the best in iRacing history behind him. That's Daniel Mosteller, who has over 100 NR9 America wins. Now trying to add a SimStock win to his legendary iRacing resume. But can Dennis Wilder Jr. hold him off? That's the real question. Then we got Joseph Tucker in the 13 car, who's also looking for his first win. Everyone looking for their first win today. Yeah, we don't have we will have a new winner today. That is a guarantee. We have none of our former winners when it comes to Logan Feeler, Levi Lipe, and Zayden Cortinas in this race. See Tom Setzer in the 24 laying back a lot there. No real rule on doing that, but here we go through the research zone for a 5-lap shootout. Here we go. Green flag is going to be waving here. Wilder gets it underway, and David Snook is going to Kyle Busch the field, which will be a disqualification. David Snook out of the race. We talked about not being allowed to do that. And the whole field through the corner. Another very spread out start. How about Dennis Wilder Jr. with a massive lead down the back straightaway with 5 laps to go. Demos and Joseph Tucker are side by side. They will be able to catch up to the 1 car despite the side-by-side side drafting, but it's a matter of who can make the move first. Into the corner we have Zechariah Cartledge, Nathan McLaughlin as well. Oh, Demos to the outside. He's going to get help from Joseph Tucker. Does Tucker try to make any extra moves? Going to be 4 laps to go this time by, and Daniel Mosteller has the lead in the number 87. Can he clear Wilder in the number 1? He's not going to be able to. They're 3 wild. Wilder has no help. Joseph Tucker decides to bail on Demos and goes to the inside. And how about Nathan McLaughlin in the number 57 on the outside with no help? Cartledge, who does he push? He's going to go with Demos here, it looks like. And you can't count out Dave Horton and Patrick Connell, who are riding right behind this pack. 3 wide for the lead at Michigan. Coming to 3 laps to go. Dennis Wilder Jr. trying to get his first SimStock win. Going to have to hold off some of the greats to do it. Only his 2nd start, and Demos is in his debut. Demos leads that lap. Yeah, this 2nd lane seems to be better when they're loaded with help. How about Nathan McLaughlin? He doesn't even have any help, and he's hanging in there. 3 laps to go. Dennis Wilder Jr. with the lead. It looks to be a 9-car pack that will be in contention late in this race. See Patrick Connell, he's going to have a run here with help from George Karafides. The question is, where do you go? 3 wide racing on the back straightaway with 3 laps to go. And here comes more cars into the battle. Nathan McLaughlin. Oh, you can just see how aggressive Nathan McLaughlin's being with that side draft. He knows he has no help. He's just trying to stay as close to Demos' door as he can. High risk, high reward. Look at Nathan making that outside work. Cartledge loses the help from Demos, and that is going to cause problems. You know what I think is happening here? I think Cartledge is having temperatures. They're getting high. Look at his front damage. That's going to cause problems for his engine. And that's going to force him to back out. And now Dennis Wilder Jr. has nothing but help. He has a full lane of cars on the inside pushing him. If you're Patrick Connell, where do you go here? Do you push Demos or do you stay with the inside? Now Nathan McLaughlin bails on the third lane and decides to push Demos. Will we make it to the white flag to make this race official? Joseph Tucker, he's making a move, trying to make a move at least, pushing the number 1 of Dennis Wilder Jr., who's looking for his first SimStock win. Coming to the white flag. Will they make it back? Tucker through the middle. Oh, contact! Wilder with an aggressive crank of the wheel to save it, but Demos is going to be able to clear. Last lap for Daniel Mosteller. They're 1 and 2 for the final time. Dennis Wilder Jr. pushing Demos aggressively. Going to be down the backstretch here for the final time. Nathan McLaughlin on the outside. Daniel Mosteller on the inside. Does anyone behind him make a move? Are they going to be stuck? Are they going to be content to push? Demos with the run. The outside has been better. It's a matter of can Joseph Tucker hit on Dennis Wilder into Demos into the final corners. Wilder going to get sideways up into McLaughlin. Demos has no one making a charge. And Daniel Mosteller coming to the checkered flag. Demos is going to get his first SimStock win at Michigan. Daniel Mosteller gets the job done at Michigan. The whole field behind him just kind of was not able to work together, and Demos was leading it. He is able to get his first SimStock win. How about that? Daniel Mosteller, victorious. Went through a whole lot in this race, but Daniel Mosteller is going to get his first ever SimStock win before a big night of Enter Night in America racing action. What a race. What a finish. Daniel Mosteller victorious in the SimStock iRacing series. Daniel Mosteller gets the job done. How about that? Over Dennis Wilder Jr. Yeah, they just weren't able to really push. The outside just kind of got moved by the outside really just got hit from the inside cars. The inside cars who were pushing Demos slipped up into the outside, just killed any chance McLaughlin had. And Demos burns it down on the front straightaway at Michigan. First of many SimStock wins for him. What a burnout. I mean, this guy's done hundreds of iRacing burnouts, and it just looks good every single time. Oh, he hits the wall. It might be a post-race inspection thing there. Just kidding. But Demos parks it in the Gatorade victory lane, and we are going to bring him in for an interview. See what chaos is going down on the SimStock server. Looks like we don't have anyone in the interviews right now. Let's take a look at what happened here on the last lap. All right, so making our way here. Let's just see what transpired here. This is coming to the checkers right here. Into turn 3 and 4 for the final time. You see Patrick Connell aggressive pushing the 1 there. It's just everything these guys had to do. You see Dave Horton making a charge way in the back of the pack. But see right here, Wilder is going to slip up, and he's going to get into McLaughlin here, and he's going to get sideways. And just because of that, you see Patrick Connell ends up having to escape down to the inside. And right there, Nathan McLaughlin got sent way up the racetrack. That just eliminated any chance he had at making a charge. Right here, you see Zechariah Cartledge able to get to the inside of Patrick Connell. Ends up getting back on the racetrack, turning Patrick Connell out of a top 5 finish. Got to make him frustrated at that one. And Demos is barely able to hang on here. Look at this. A 4-car pack to the checkered flag. Not a photo finish, but 3 wide at the line. So we will see if we can interview Demos. We await in the call. Daniel Mosteller, you got a copy.
Yeah.
All right, Demos. You late entry into the race. You were just barely able to make it. You chose to not qualify. Tried to do that last to first challenge. Ended up working out for you. How does it feel to be a SimStock winner?
I'm so honored. This is like the greatest privilege of my life to be an MC lobby winner. Like I can't believe it. I'm so excited to win and to do it in front of all these amazing people back at home and in front of you commentating. It's such a pleasure and an honor.
Yeah, well, does this win give you any increased motivation, any increased confidence, any increased gained knowledge for tonight's Enter Night in America Super Speedway Tournament?
Oh, my bad, man. I accidentally left.
All right, well, all right. Let me repeat the question here. All right, so does this win help you out with tonight's Enter Night Super Speedway Tournament? Does it give you any increased confidence, any increased knowledge gain, stuff like that?
Yeah. This was just my warm up, and to beat some of the guys that are probably going to be running in there, that gives me a lot of confidence. Hopefully, this is the first of many wins tonight. Thank you.
All right, we just heard from Daniel Mosteller, your race winner tonight in the SimStock iRacing Series. See him wrecking after the checkered flag. But it was fun action all the way through. Got intense at the end. Just how we like to see it. Well, we appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. We will see you. We don't know when our next races are going to be. We do not know, but we will see you then. Goodbye.